Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live from E3. We're in sunny Los Angeles, and I have got a tan. It's been a lovely 2 days I've had here, and then we're at the Subnation stage. I am your host, Machine, and I am joined by a very special guest. We do have Julie Nathanson in the studio live, and we basically just kind of chatted, and every time we started to get the conversation going, I was like, stop, this is exciting, I want to do this with microphones.
I know, it was wonderful because I spend most of my day in front of a microphone and people want me to keep talking. You were like, please stop. Please stop saying things until you're on the the microphone.
This is interesting. Let's stop. Yeah. Don't give me interesting things now. I want to share them with the world. But like, okay, let's do a quick kind of walkthrough.
Okay.
I was trying to do research, and it was like, okay, feel free to choose any of these AAA titles. I mean, I didn't know which one to focus on. I mean, truly, let me just read them out. For any of you unfamiliar with her, you'll know the voice, you may not know the name, which is an interesting side.
It is a thing, right?
Yeah.
We're slightly anonymous.
That is quite peculiar. I hadn't considered that. Like, if you're an actor, you're known for your face. Like, oh, I recognize him from somewhere, right? I recognize
You're on camera. People can stop you on the street and yell at you.
Yeah, but
very few people stop me on the street to yell at me now.
Of course,
now
but you can toggle the voice as well, right? So you can just get recognized if you want to be.
If I want to.
Okay, I'm going to read this
Unless I'm
list.
at a con, and then it's completely different.
Yeah, the opposite, I bet. But I love that. When in esports, I only get that like feeling of being like a celebrity when I'm at one particular convention once a month, and it's a nice toggle on, toggle off experience.
It's actually within your control.
Yeah, it is, and it's quite nice. It's a good feeling. Anyway, so let me give you this list. It's insane. Spider-Man, Call of Duty, Lego DC Supervillains, I can't spell, Far Cry, Fortnite, Mass Effect. I mean, it does sound like you've kind of just gone around the gaming world and got your thumb in all the pies. I mean,
I've been very lucky. There's a lot of pie.
Yeah.
I am a firm believer that there's plenty of pie for everyone, and I feel really fortunate. Games have been a really big and beautiful part of my career, and I love the breadth and sort of the disparity between the different characters I get to play.
So here's a question. There is a lot of very, powerful storytelling in video games, and you get to be a part of that. Do you think it's a different way of storytelling? Like, so you've done acting work, you've done, do you think there's a different way you can tell a story in gaming aside from anything else?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, the player being in control of so much of the story is such a big part of the wish fulfillment anyway, right? Because how often do we feel we have control over our own lives? I can tell you.
I see, we're getting deep very early on here. Okay.
And but I think there's something beautiful about being able to take so many different paths. So I am going to get deep on you. You ready?
Yeah, we're doing a choose your own adventure book right now.
So to me, the greatest existential crisis is that our lives have infinite paths, and we will only ever know the one path we choose. But with games, if you inhabit a character, if you inhabit a story,
you can do it again.
You can take that anywhere you want to go. You can take any path, you can retake it, and you can see what would happen next.
You can regret a decision and go back and do it a different way.
You can.
Wow, and you get to be involved in that in such an interesting way. So you've done a lot of interesting other projects recently, but to focus on the voice acting, because I have so many questions and we don't have so much time.
You didn't block out an hour and a half?
Yeah, we actually need to,
I'm
honestly.
so insulted.
I'm serious. So the first question I have, voice acting.
Yes.
Did you always know that you could were you like the kid at school doing impressions of teachers, or?
Well, I will say that in college, I had a couple of really good impressions, and they were all vocal of a couple of other performers in our drama world.
Because voices is part of acting, right?
It's a very big part of acting. However, it never occurred to me that would be a career path. But I started on camera, and I started doing, soap operas and things like that back in the day. A long time ago, we had these things called soap operas. I'm not sure you've ever heard of them, but I'll show you something later. So I was on a soap, and I was, I wanted to see what the fans thought of me. And I was like, I'm going to look on the interwebs. This is before people said, don't read the comments. So I was like, I'm going to read the comments.
Yeah. And
somebody said, and I'll quote it.
Oh, okay, hang on.
She's real pretty and all, but I have to turn the volume off on my TV because it's like Alvin and the Chipmunks have invaded my living room.
Well, they went quite specific.
They were really specific. It was a deep cut. It was Alvin. So my reaction was, first of all, fuck you. Second of all, that sounds like a great career. Yeah. So I ended up pursuing voice acting, and I fell very, very quickly unfortunately found that it was a wonderful niche for me.
Yeah.
So I turned that insult into good fortune.
I mean, you know what? That's amazing. That's making water. Wait, what's the expression?
It's really
Making-
lemons into lemonade.
That's the one. That's
But
the badger.
I like lemons and lemonade, so you know.
I'd actually rather have lemon in my lemonade as well. Like, save
Hear
some
you.
of the lemons,
Yeah.
put some in the lemonade.
Save the lemons.
Yeah.
Save the world.
And that's the end of today. No, it's not. She's come in, she's doing a lemon charity.
That's
No.
Lemon challenge.
But there's so many interesting parts of this, but what's something I find very intriguing is does it work? Do you get a brief and are given like, because in acting you're given direction.
Uh-huh.
In voice acting, are you just given a script? Are you given, I don't know, like a sketch? Do you get some sort of visuals? What are you working
A
from?
pigeon
Help
flies
me.
in the room
Yeah.
and speaks to me, and I
Uh-huh.
say, "Tell me, pigeon, what to do." No, there are directors who
Yeah.
work with us in the booth, and I do 99% of my auditioning at home. I have a home studio,
Right, of course.
so a lot of it is my interpreting what is on the page in the audition sides, which will be words to say
Yeah.
and a character description and a little bit of information. Sometimes it is disguised, sometimes it is not. And I do my best to interpret it. If I am in the booth doing an actual job, there is someone on the other side of the glass, someone brilliant who is helping me form and shape the character.
Yeah.
Although I did, at GDC this year, I co-presented a talk on collaborative approaches to getting great voiceover performances with a developer from ArenaNet. Because after working, I've been doing Guild Wars 2 voices for about 10 years. And after having this wonderful long-term relationship, we started realizing how much of what was working was a collaborative perspective. And so the idea being, how can developers from the get-go put things together on their audition sides that will be collaborative in spirit,
Yeah.
and try to help actors give them what they need,
Yeah.
and moving through the process as well.
And you know, voice actors and actors, you've taken a new path recently,
Yeah.
motion capture.
Yes.
Now this, I am so interested because my motion capture knowledge is like, it's like a morph suit with ping pong balls. Sometimes I've got the kind of funky face thing. Keanu Reeves is like a character now.
I mean, I
I've
was
got
there
very
when
little.
they announced it.
You were?
And I lost it.
I was
had
on a plane.
full body chills and lost it. And everybody lost it. We all just like stood up. It was a little spiritual, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
So yes,
So-
motion capture is morph suit and ping pong balls is not totally right.
Not quite
but
right.
if you, Halloween is gonna be really fun for you this year. But it is similar. It's funny for me because I had left on camera acting to focus on voiceover.
Sure.
And I really thought that would be it. And then the technology advanced so that now you have the ability to have a more realistic performance with the performer's body, not just our voices. And so I've had to sort of reestablish my
I mean,
relationship.
so what's the gap? Just fill me in. Like, how long did you not do on-camera work?
I stopped doing on camera, I think a few years into my career. I was really lucky and I worked.
So it's been mostly voice,
it's
and now
been
suddenly
mostly voice.
you're moving again.
Yeah.
How was it? How was the experience?
It was, to be totally honest,
Yeah.
I found myself at first really self-conscious, and then just sort of, well, I know there are 96 cameras in the room and everything I do is being tracked.
Yeah.
And then it was really freeing, because when I'm in the booth just doing voiceover, I move like a cuckoo, like I am a Tasmanian devil in the room. I recently posted a photograph of my microphone. I did a TKO on my microphone at home.
You did?
Yep, because I was auditioning for something at home and there was combat and I punched my microphone because I got so into it. So on the mocap stage,
Yeah.
I have the opportunity to be more free with my body, my physicality.
Was there facial work there as well, or was it exclusively your movements? Because I see you did the Zoe stuff in Star Wars VR.
Yes, when I did in Spider-Man, that was I think I just had facial capture in Spider-Man, but
Okay.
in Star Wars Vader Immortal, which is Oculus Quest
Yes.
series and trilogy, it's really incredible. I did all the body capture, all of the motion capture for the droid, who is Zoe 3. She is the one
So
that
you have your robot. Did you do it? Was that
I
the
did
first
not
thing
do
you
the
did?
robot.
You
I did not do
didn't?
the robot. No, I did not do the robot. But it was really fun to be able to help create sort of the physicality of her character
Yeah.
through movement first. And I was really fortunate. They brought me in to do some consultation on the development of the character in the first place. So I worked with them, and we together discussed, how this character can come to life.
Back to the power of collaboration, which you were talking about earlier.
Hey.
Yeah, I listen.
You do listen.
Thank you.
Look
thank
at
you.
that.
Yeah.
Even though it's really loud in here.
There sounds like there's a real party over there that
Yeah.
we're obviously missing out on, but we can hear each other.
It's okay.
Yeah, we're just shouting at each other across 1 meter gap. So this Oculus Quest, so you're doing the VR game, one of the characters is Zoe for Star Wars VR.
Yes, and it's a series for August.
Yes, but have you tried this one? I've only just heard about it. No wires, no cameras.
It's incredible.
It is?
Yeah, it's incredible.
We're nearly in the future. We're there now.
No, we're already in the future.
Yeah.
Actually, you put the headset on, you're not aware of it. You're in the future, and this is virtual.
I think that's so crazy. It's happened in at a blink of an eye. I swear,
I know.
VR was just starting to be a thing, and now you're doing mocap acting for a headset you put on with no wires and cameras and screws and drills, and people can look around and be involved in your performance physically.
Yeah. It's wild, and also because I tend to, as I explained to you, flail about at times.
Sure, you're a flailer.
I'm a flailer. I don't like to brag, but I'm a flailer.
Okay.
And I was terrified that I was going to be impaling people with my limbs as I was playing.
I understand. completely.
I did not harm anyone.
You didn't?
No, I was really proud
You said
of myself.
that with such a degree of
I
pride.
harmed no one.
Wow. I'm sorry, I'm jumping straight back to vocal now because you
Go
just
for it.
did a voice. I was like, that was
Did I?
insane. It might have been your voice, but you did it. So I don't think I have. I use my voice every day for work. I do, commentary, presenting. It's all very much just me.
Right.
I don't think I can do a single accent. I can say seriously like an American.
That's good.
That's all I've got.
That's a
That's
nice
everything.
hard R.
Seriously.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got.
Seriously.
For sure.
That sounds really good.
Oh yeah, for sure. LA's nasty.
Yeah.
But what I want to understand is it a skill you can develop? I mean, I imagine there's a degree of, you can practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
But some of it must just be like my vocal cords, like it's something you're born with it, no?
Right.
I'm incapable.
So
I can't
some
do
of
80
it,
voices.
I can guarantee you that you have voices that you don't know about.
Okay, so it's something that can be taught to an extent.
Do you have any tiny children in your life to whom you have ever read a story?
I'm gonna say no, but I can do the baby voice.
Let me hear it.
Okay, I'll read your card.
Read my card. I
like
don't know
I'm
what that
talking
is,
to a
by the
baby.
way. I'm terrified. Go on.
To a baby. Voice actresses, I pluralized it.
Voice actress, Julie Nathanson.
That's incredible.
Yeah. You can just change your voice.
But you're doing like
See?
from over there.
I knew I could get you to do it.
Wow.
You did it. You did a little Kermit the Frog.
Okay.
So
and
it's
that's coming from a very different part of my mouth.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so some of it is actually being, I think, uninhibited enough to just kind of
Play around, because we feel quite stupid,
It's
don't we?
playing.
I'm actually my skin is flush from making a silly sound with my mouth.
It sounded great.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
And the accents are really fun to do. I do British accents. I do a lot of
Can
Russian.
we finish this interview in English, in British?
We can try.
Oh no.
You want to?
No,
This
that's
is
fine. I don't want to
embarrassing.
force you. It's actually quite good. It's
Thank
just
you.
whenever I meet someone here in LA, and the first thing they do is they hear my voice, and then immediately go, "Cup of tea, governor."
Really?
Oh, I like cockneys. I
Really,
don't
I'm
know.
going to
They
pride
don't have the
myself
arms
today
involved.
on telling you that I did none of that when I met you.
You didn't.
No, not
and
once.
you can do it to a professional level.
It's mostly because I didn't really want to give you any tea.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You a tea drinker?
I am a tea drinker.
Yeah. Tea or coffee though? Like if you had to choose.
Coffee in the morning, honey vanilla chamomile tea every night.
Chamomile tea is like MVP bedtime tea.
It's the best.
It really is. It really is. We were supposed to talk 15 minutes. We've talked for way longer.
Oh,
but
have we?
No
I'm
one's
sorry.
pulling us off the stage, so can we just keep talking?
Awesome.
Okay, let's
You
just
know, they
keep
were
going.
take hooks and
I'm
pull us
expecting
off.
someone to just
Old school vaudeville.
Yeah, for sure. He's not shouting at us. We can
Great.
keep talking.
No problem. Okay.
So it is a skill you can develop. It's a skill you clearly have developed. And now, for you, is there anything any boxes you've left unchecked? Is that something you still have a goal that you are yet to
That's
reach? I mean,
interesting.
It sounds like your discography. I don't know what you call it.
My discography.
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah. I've been really fortunate to work. I think on a really wide range of characters.
Truly.
I would say that Samantha Max otherwise she'll feel terrible. And I almost want it to be like a romance novel, like something where she's like, I don't want to hear that, just to kind of, just
So
for
she
fun.
has to check it out. Yeah.
But otherwise, I really do feel like, I mean, in general, I just feel really incredibly fortunate. It's a really fun thing to do. The community of voice actors is also made up of some really wonderful humans, some really good-hearted humans who are collaboratively minded. We will suggest each other for jobs.
Sure.
The other day, a developer I know wrote me and said, hey, I have this role, who do you think would be good for it? And I was like, I know exactly who that is, contacted the person, put them together, and that was it.
It's like this, please excuse the use of the word heroes here, but like hidden heroes, as in like such a big part of people's experience with gaming, with television, regular show. I'm a big fan, by the way. You do a great monster. I think that's what she was. Anyway, so it's like this whole unless you're looking at the credits, and unless you're doing a bad job, you are just accepted as fact without any appreciation. Do you like that? Does that make
kind of?
I mean, it'd be nice to get a pat on the back a bit easier, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, look, in terms of how much interactivity I need in my life to know that I'm making an impact, I feel like, I don't know, there's a level of trust that what we're doing seems to matter. The stories we're telling
Absolutely
are fun for people, or they're life-saving at times when somebody needs an escape. I think cartoons can enliven our experiences. I think that games can enrich our lives.
And to be a part of it.
Yeah, and getting to be a part of it is beautiful. And I don't feel like I need that applause that used to be so integral to what I did as a stage performer. But I will say I do enjoy the Twitters. And I enjoy the Twitters because there is something about interacting with people in a real-time format.
And of course, like, if we wanted to tweet you, we would do so at...
at Julie_Nathanson.
Julie_Nathanson. What an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you. It was lovely talking to you.
An absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Julie, of course, that's Julie_Nathanson on Twitter. If you want, she likes the tweets, so if you want to send them her way, you'll probably get plenty. I'm sure they're going to keep coming. For all your questions at her, she loves it. An absolute pleasure. We are going to take a break, and when we do come back, so much more live all day from E3.